Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS.
Hi.
My, this is Obby. I am also here as Blaze,
Hi. Hello.
and
A
this.
Mars of Obsessions, also known as Obby.
Hmm.
Hello. Hello.
Well, since my wonderful, fantastic, awesome friend who does not get out of that has already introduced themselves because they are so good and a very good friend and a very good player, and they give you hugs.
Wait,
You don't get
there
out
you
of compliments just because you already introduced yourself.
go.
Anyway.
Curses. My plan has been foiled.
Anyways, this is taking place after red tape and technical jargon. After everybody got out off the internet, out of the computer, out of the building,
Which,
and
yeah, some explanation for those of you who are coming in to the
mhm,
FPS with no prior backstory.
yep,
Red Tape and Technical Jargon was basically a game where you're in the computer now.
yep,
Have fun.
yep, in an
And
online
then the
private
party
server.
experienced the horrors, TM.
Yep, a lot of shit happened. They managed to get out. Cassius took care of one of the obstacles in their way.
Yeah, we'll talk about more details about how that happened later.
Yeah, we'll talk about more of that
That'll be
later.
pertinent later,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
assume.
Yeah, later. Not right now. Not right now. So basically, after leaving the Ram Shack after a few exchanges and whatnot, and Banana being given the gift of Heelys.
Yes. Uh, Banana has been uh gifted Heelys
Mm-hmm.
by Cassius, who I should
Mm-hmm.
mention is the person I'm playing. I realized I forgot to do that.
I was wondering about that. Yeah. And I'm gonna be
Don't worry about it.
playing Jim and Banana. And
Yep.
Suit's currently. We'll get to Suit in a minute. But yeah, because they're leaving the
Hmm.
Ram Shack, and well, you see, there's two types of I don't want to say classes, but let's just go with that for now. There's gyms and there's suits, and Cassius has been mistaken for a suit. And since Cassius told Jim to come with them, Jim is still following Cassius. And Cassius took Banana's hand, so yeah, that's where Banana's going.
Yeah.
As he's heading back to his crappy motel.
Yeah. Cass- Cassius voice. I feel like a mother duck.
And yeah,
I mean, it's accurate.
it's very accurate. It is indeed very accurate. And yeah, he gets back without any trouble and maybe charms the check-in person for the umpteenth time to have them not worry
Yeah,
about the extra people going into his room.
I've mentioned it in an FPS before. I'll mention it again.
Mhm.
Cassius is staying here for free
Mhm.
by convincing the check-in guy to let him stay. You know, it's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Don't
fine. Don't worry about
question
it.
it.
Yeah. He had a rest period. He managed to get his spells back, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, he's absolutely able to charm him, just be like, "Yep, this is fine." And so
Yep.
yeah, they get back. Cassius closes the door to his apartment.
Hmm. I feel like he closes the door behind him and just lets out the longest sigh and drags a hand over
Mhm.
his face.
Mhm.
And just there's like a kind of twang sound effect as it goes over his nose.
Banana doesn't laugh, but she does look a little surprised at that and just like looking up at him like, "Wait a minute."
Don't worry about it. All right, you bed. He just points towards like one of the one of the closest mattresses for Banana.
Okay. She looks at Judith and Cassius and goes over and she starts climbing under the bed. Or crawling under the bed.
What the, what where are you going under? You're supposed to sleep on the top of it.
What? Really? But
Yes.
didn't I get found? I was supposed to sleep under the bed.
That's it. I'm not even going to begin to argue against this.
Oh, as I
Sleep wherever
can.
you like, however you like. Just
Okay.
he just picks up one of the pillows and tosses it under there. Maybe there's like a slight impact sound of it hitting against Banana.
Give me a roll.
A roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a flat d20?
Unarmed roll. Unarmed strike. Or, I guess, random
Okay.
object.
Well, if it's an unarmed strength, that means it's a strength.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cassius goes, throws the pillow, it lands 2 feet in front of him, doesn't even reach the bed.
he just nudges it under there with his foot.
Little hand comes out, grabs the pillow. Hand comes out again, pulls blanket off of bed, under bed. You hear some shuffling noises.
There's a banana under the bed,
There's a banana under the bed.
often mistaken for a monster. This creature will steal your blankets and your pillows without warning.
If not provided, that is quite possible. But yeah, so
Yeah,
bananas.
with Banana taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
he then basically slaps his hand against like something against which is what is like a little computer sitting in the room,
Mm-hmm.
which it's by our standards it is an old clunky thing. It's like the very first kind of computers that were made for the desk kind of computers.
Mm-hmm. Yet somehow better than the ones that were in red tape, which is impressive.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, I remember as it was described, the one that Cassius got at least had like the icons and whatnot, whereas
Mm-hmm.
the ones back there was just like you start it up and it's just the blinking line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see, I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
see. But yeah, Cassius slaps his hand against it, just goes, all right, you in the computer. Just vaguely to Simon, who's in his brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, if he has his way, he'll fix that by the end of the day. Or
Mm-hmm.
a few weeks, who knows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Simon, it Lewis message from Simon. Damn, I'm not a dog. All right.
I'm sorry, he's being rude because he's grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, he's always grumpy, so.
Yeah, but he's also had a time.
Yeah, he waits for the familiar zapping sensation of Simon going in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he just yeah. Yeah, also suit in there.
That's fair.
No, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Which for context, both Simon and Suit were characters in Red Tape. One is PC by the lovely Lewis,
Mm-hmm.
and one was an NPC that joined the party at one point.
Yep.
Both are digitals, which means they are people who live inside the computer space.
I will actually correct you there because it was revealed in game that suit actually isn't a digital.
Mm. Well, for some reason, Suit is acting like a digital, so whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah. He seemed, to all appearances, he does seem to be a digital, despite the fact
Mm-hmm.
that it seems he is supposed to be a physical.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Salutes.
Yee. But yeah,
So
he.
yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like Lewis said, don't worry about it. But yeah, so he manages to get him from the hat into the computer as well.
Mm-hmm. He,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as that's done, he just sighs, sits on the other bed, and flops onto it, and just glares up at the ceiling.
That's fair. And you probably noticed at this point that Jim is just like standing in the doorway, just watching you.
Yeah, he'll think about dealing with that in a minute.
That's fair.
Right now, he's just lying down, looking at the ceiling, and processing.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. Uh, After a few moments, Jim probably like he just stands there, he, like glances around a little bit and just closes his eyes, and he continues to stand there, and it's almost like how he was in game. He just
Mhm.
stands there with his eyes closed, swaying a little.
Cassius like lifts up his head and kind of watches him for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a nat one.
Oh. You have no idea. Did he just die and is standing up?
It's not his problem.
Yep, that's fair. He's just standing in the doorway, possibly dead. Who knows? It's a
Who
mystery.
knows? That's a later problem.
It's a later problem.
I think eventually Cassius just sighs and kind of sits up on the bed and eventually starts digging around in his hammer space, which I will now roll for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4, which means it is successful.
Yay!
Uh, he reaches behind his back and he starts pulling out basically all of the different machine components which he acquired slash stole throughout the run of Red Tape, as well
Mm-hmm.
as some of the uh cameras from a previous game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He does still have some of those. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He's got he's got cameras, he's got a one of the broken hats from the gyms
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from Red Tape. He also has a internet router
Mm-hmm.
that was gifted to him by good old Grunkle John.
Yep, yep.
He he doesn't know why he was gifted it, but you know what? He's not complaining. This is a one-way ticket to get Simon out of his brain for good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is true. This is true.
He's not carting him around anymore.
Yep. He's tired.
He's tired. He's so so yeah, he takes all that stuff out and
Mm-hmm.
he basically slaps it all onto a desk that's across the room and he
Mm-hmm.
starts staring at all of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he could start with I get probably an intelligence roll to see if he can figure out where to even
Yeah.
start with this.
Could it be investigation or just straight intelligence?
Um, I'd say straight intelligence because he's got nothing guiding him at the moment. So,
Yep, yeah, that's fair. Oh, buddy.
oh no, what
Your
happens?
intelligence is good, but that's a bad roll.
Oh no.
It's pretty good with the addition, but
Well, that's good.
it's still not the best. That's 13. 13
Ooh,
intelligence.
yeah, no, this is wow. This is technology. Look at this technology. This is a camera. This is a hat. What?
Like he basically starts by like picking the hat up and seeing how he can like separate the mechanisms that are hidden inside it from the
Okay.
hat itself.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
He might accidentally tear something, which is a
Yeah.
good thing that suit is out of it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, especially with the 13. Yeah, you do. The hat definitely gets damaged. You get probably one or two sparks as you remove the band from inside the hat and a few other things.
Yeah, there's just like a little bubble of Grolix.
Mhm. Mhm.
Technology has never been my thing. Ugh. And he just kind of frustratedly sets the hat down and rubs at his temples.
Mhm. Uh, you do this and you hear, "Do you require assistance?"
Ah. Like Cassius jumps a little bit.
Mhm.
He he forgot the gym was there.
That's fair. Yeah, he's just Jim is still standing in the doorway, just looking over at him now.
I sure, why not? Get over here.
I will do as ordered. And he comes over. What is it I am
Mhm.
assisting in?
I'm trying to figure out the components of this. And he just gestures vaguely to both the hat and everything else he's gathered.
Hmm. I see. Do you require a basic rundown, or is there something more involved that you wish to know about?
Basic rundown first. If I think of any additional questions, I will ask.
Very well, I shall get started. And he just, like, starts explaining stuff, but since you have given him no guidance, he starts, like, he'll pick up a camera and explain a camera. And he'll pick up a router, he'll explain the route. He just explains what everything is, basic functions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
basically almost in the form of, like, an instruction manual.
Mm-hmm. I think when he's doing the camera, Cassius does like an arm gesture of come on, faster,
Hmm.
faster.
He does actually speed up and start speaking faster.
That's funny.
So almost at like double speed, he does speed up and keep going and goes through everything pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. And once he gets to the router, then Cassius makes our motion to slow down because
Alright.
that's he knows how the camera works. He stole the camera
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
because of how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the router, however, he doesn't know how to make hide nor tail of that.
Yeah. He basically gives you the basic rundown of a router of like how it works, connection to the internet, things like that. Usually needing
Mm-hmm.
like electricity and stuff like that, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
basic information for that, and then gets to the hat. He does falter a little bit at that because he's not allowed to know how that works, but he is
Mm-hmm.
still able to at least give Cassius some basics on it.
Mm-hmm. What are the basics, if I may ask?
Well, it is to hold the suit inside and allows them to communicate with the Jim wearing it, and helps carry through with orders and information should the need arise and things change.
Is there a suit for every gym?
Usually, yes, although currently I am without one. Well, he's in the
Hmm.
computer, but I was to be given a new one after what happened last time.
And what happened last time?
Well, both the suit I was wearing and the hat itself were damaged, and thus, so was Jim. And, no, actually, I misspoke. I was damaged, and so was Suit. As he was needed to be repaired, I opted instead to leave him at my apartment and simply said it was lost in the fight.
Hmm. And what fight led it to being damaged? Were you pursued by someone? Or.
Oh, in a sense, it was more of a territorial thing between companies and disputes and such. It was quite the gun battle.
Between companies. So there's
Yes.
more companies like this?
Um, gyms themselves, no.
Hmm.
It was more, I
So there's
suppose.
only one company, and he kind of says that with implied air quotes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That
For
has
the
you gyms and suits within it.
yes, this is correct.
Hmm.
As far as I know, anyway. I do believe I am accurate on this, though.
And which company were you fighting with that led to damages?
Unfortunately, I was not privy to that information. I was simply sent to deal with the problem at hand, and fortunately, we were mostly dealt with ourselves. Haha. And if not for some timely intervention, I probably would not have survived myself.
Hmm. Cassius is processing all this information as indifferently as he can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like from just the vague explanation of this, Cassius is just sitting here like, oh, they're also like a mob. Good heavens.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
They are a mob. They are a business. They are a business for the mob.
Something like that. Don't worry about it.
He hates that, actually.
That's yeah. I can't imagine why.
He also hates the implications that these quote unquote gyms and suits were once people
Mm-hmm.
and now are gyms and suits, which are
Yep.
people, but not people. It's
Mhm.
weird.
Yep, it's
He doesn't
very
like
weird.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, and as Cassius knows, they're usually part of a hive mind, except for this gym and the suit seem to have broken out of it with the damaged hat.
Wonder, how much do you know about the company's inner workings? Do you perhaps know who's at the top, or is that a need to know basis?
Unfortunately, it's a very much need to know basis. I knew the manager immediately above us, but not much more than that, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. Cassius very pointedly kind of like looks away at the mention of that manager, just
Mm
like, who?
hmm. Mm hmm. Can't imagine why.
Someone who doesn't know him, like Jim, would
Yeah.
probably just take it as he's lost in thought.
Oh yeah, trust me. Jim does not. I'm not even gonna roll because one, Jim does not know Cassius well enough. Two, Jim's just yeah, he does not
he I say as if actually Jim doesn't care.
know. Well, it's not that he would care if he knew more, but yeah, he just he does
He
not.
doesn't know enough to care.
Yeah, yeah. It's like which is because I mean he was there.
Mm-hmm.
He just hasn't put the pieces together yet.
About it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
hmm.
But yes, after the combat there, I was supposed to. Well, I was supposed to transfer to Toontown, and then I came. Where are we again, actually? It was Bottomless Heights, they called it, wasn't it?
Yes, bottomless heights. We are
Ha!
currently on the outskirts in a motel called the Late Night Bite.
Do hungry people live
He's
here?
something like that.
Hmm. A very acceptable name, then.
Cassius just sitting here realizing, oh boy, no one here knows about vampires. Good heavens.
Well, which is probably interesting or deflecting because remember the manager did say to bring him the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
So either he missed the joke or something else because he should be aware that Cassius is a vampire.
Eh, shrug. Cassius
Fair.
isn't worried about that right now. He's more worried about how to make the thing work.
Very fair. Very fair.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yeah, Jim will tell him like a bit about like the operation where like he got injured while like pointing out like the different parts and whatnot. Mostly that
Mm-hmm.
the only reason he survived was like unexpected intervention
Mm-hmm.
because somebody showed up that wasn't supposed to be there, and yeah.
Do you know who intervened, or
Of course I do. It was the, it was the very suit that we were with, and he makes a motion to the bed.
ah, banana?
Mm-hmm.
Cassius kind of glances underneath the bed a little bit, kind of
Mm-hmm.
partially to make sure Banana is asleep because she at least needs to nap after all
Yeah,
that.
she does. She is very much curled up under the bed. You're not sure how she manages to look so comfy cozy underneath the bed, but it's like she's made a little nest under there with the blanket and the pillow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense. He does know that Banana can turn into bird.
This is very true. This is very true. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So she was the one who assisted you in that moment.
It was indeed. With her
Hmm.
healing magics, I was able to get back up again, and I gave her my backup gun, and off we went.
I'm sorry, backup gun?
Yes, I usually carry two of them, but I only ever have one now.
How long ago was this?
Hmm. What year is it?
Cassius blinks, says the year because I don't know it.
No, that's very valid. He probably glances at the computer, sees what year the computer says it is, and says it. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps. Oh, geez, this is around the what's it game, so about. Oh, that's a lot of time that's passed. Hmm. I shall be concerned about that later. Um, about 2 years ago, I think. Perhaps three,
2 years.
maybe two. I'm
Hmm.
not entirely certain.
Cassius is just kind of flabbergasted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these two have known each other for a while. Okay. Ooh.
Potentially.
It would possibly explain where Banana got the Glock.
I mean, he literally said he gave it to her.
Yeah, no, I'm just yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And you did teach her proper gun safety, yes?
Oh, well, that was my own suit, you see. He may have been damaged at the time, but I lent her the hat momentarily so that he might upload the information to her more directly. As we were in the middle of combat, I figured this suit would need another suit to help with any missing information.
So the suits provide information instantaneously through the hats?
This is correct.
So the hats are capable of giving data in that sense. Like Cassius is like you can see like little floating gears above his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he kind of frustratedly like picks up the router and like the hat that's kind of sitting still sparking a little bit from his failed attempt earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wish I was an artificer. I'm not exactly versed in these sort of practices, but I feel like if I knew more, I would be able to put these things together and make something that will fix my problem.
I am an artificer. Which problem are you currently experiencing?
Cassius just, huh?
I'm
What do
not
you know?
I'm not even joking. He's an artificer.
That's so funny. Oh, that is downright convenient.
Perhaps even comically so. However, we are not toons. Allow me to assist you.
What do you mean you're not? You are a toon.
I am a Jim.
Yes, but you're obviously UPA-in.
I am?
Yeah. And like Cassius basically holds up Jim's two-dimensional self.
Mm-hmm. Jim just like stares at his hand. Stares at it.
Are you not supposed to be?
I am uncertain.
Hmm. That makes sense. Considering from the limited knowledge I have, some sort of transformative occurrence happens to those involved with the company that you came from.
Ah. This is. Hmm. Ah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh. What problems are you experiencing that I may assist you with today?
Cassius is just kind of like he's trying to he's trying to figure out how to word what he wants. B, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassius is not one to give it to someone gently.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Perhaps my questions can be saved for a later point in time. In regards to at least you. But for now, let's give you something else to focus on.
That is a wonderful idea. Please, give me an order. What is it you wish?
Hmm. Well, if you are more versed in technology, I would like some assistance in. Well, I've been. How to put it? It has been on my mind to combine these elements of technology here. And he just kind of gestures to the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
the the router, the
Mm-hmm.
and the hat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The hat in all its horrible glory.
Yep. Yep. Hmm. What?
Ideally, I would want to make something that allows connection to the internet while also providing a safe space to house a suit or digital, I suppose.
Hmm.
Either one.
Well, I could certainly attempt this. Do you have any soldering tools?
What?
Uh, one moment. I'm gonna roll. Nope, that's a d20. Where's my d10? Oh, there you are. Haha. That's a 4. Excellent. And basically, he just takes out his sinker stools.
Yay, Tinker's tools.
Yep. So like he
Right.
takes them out and just starts setting down like blowtorch, soldering tool, just all that stuff.
Oh, okay. You are going to the bathroom if you're going to use these. I do not need you to catch the place on fire.
Oh, very well
Cassius
then.
says worriedly. That is a lot of things that make fire.
He like glances at you, glances at the sparking hat sitting on the wood table. Very well. I shall relocate to safer premises. And he starts moving everything to the bathroom.
Yeah. Just make sure there isn't any water running. The sink leaks.
It is currently leaky, but I do believe this is fine. One moment, I shall fix it while I am in here. Aha! I have found a wrench. And you just basically hear like a dunk, 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 like unnecessary sink fixing noises. Very much tune in nature. And then it's like there's a pause and it's like, it is fixed. It is no longer leaking.
Thank you. He's pinching the bridge of his nose. Man. This is a different kind of annoying. Everyone is their own special and kind of annoying to Cassius.
Yup.
At least this guy's convenient and helpful in actually doing things for him without complaining or questioning.
Yup. Like just because he's doing it to avoid potentially existential crisis is nothing. Don't worry about it.
Listen, somebody else can help with the existential crisis. Cassius wanted to satisfy his curiosity.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alright, I'm gonna get a sippy real fast.
Alright. Actually, I'm gonna take a sippy too, because sippy is good. Everybody in chat, take sippy if you need one.
You activated my trap card. If you're listening, now you need to get a sippy. Haha!
Listeners, take a sippy. Sippy. Alright. So now I will roll with Tinker's tools. That's not too bad. Where'd your modifier go? There's your modifier. Excuse me. Now I gotta do math because it's not doing it for me.
Move!
Math. Okay, so that's a 16.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
pretty decent. It'll probably take a few more rolls to
Oh yeah.
get the final product, but
Nothing's on fire.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Nothing's on fire.
Yeah, nothing's on fire.
We have that going at least.
Yep, nothing's on fire. The shitty motel is not burned down. Whoops. Come back, dice. Go back with the rest. Thank you for rolling. And but yeah, there's still like obviously like weird noises every now and again. Like you think you hear like a bandsaw or something. It's like boom, 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 and you're like ding, 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 ding.
Well, I was going to take a nap, but there's no way I can sleep with that noise. Cassius just kind of mumbles to himself.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's more than the usual ambiance, that's for sure.
I mean, the usual ambiance is Simon.
It's It's usually Simon voice of, you have to sleep eventually, then I get to go have fun. You have to sleep eventually.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cassius, what's your favorite island?
Uh, hmm,
Lewis, what kind of. I'm curious as to why Lewis is asking this.
fear. It just asked the
Oh, he's just
stupid
asking those stupid questions all night. Oh, it's like one of the. Oh, it's those sleepover questions. I see. Yeah. Cassius, what's your favorite? Until Cassius falls asleep. I
That's
see.
really funny. Thank you, Lewis.
Mm-hmm. How does Cassius get? And what's your favorite shark? How does Cassius get any sleep?
Hey, it's a miracle he even does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is with all this. Yeah. Okay, so this is going on in your apartment, not apartment, motel room
Mhm.
at who knows what o'clock at night. Like it's late. You don't know if you're gonna get
Mhm.
noise complaints because this is not quiet. This is not the quietest thing in the world.
If they get noise complaints, peck them.
Yep,
Screw them
face.
even.
Yep, yep,
He
basically.
doesn't care. He's too tired.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. So it's Cassie's gonna do now that this is going on, and sleep is no longer an option. It seems.
Well, he's assuming that if sleep's not an option for him, it might be no longer an option for Banana because again,
Mhm.
who can sleep with that racket?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he just kind of waits for a little bit
Mhm.
and sees if he can hear Banana either just being like sleepy, I just got woken up whines, or just shifting around too much.
Mhm. Yeah, it's I think I remember Cassius's passive perception. He
Yeah,
does, yeah.
15.
Yep, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He does manage to hear like over the sounds. Like she does start like shifting around a little bit, and eventually like you see like little fingies peeking out from under the bed as she like looks out. Like she doesn't stick her head out. She's like peeking out like what happened? Noisy
Mm-hmm.
now. What happened? What happened?
I think I think Cassius just sighs and does like a little knock knock on the side of the bed to let her know that she can come out.
Ah, did there's like just wiggling, a little bit of wiggle squirming out from under the bed and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. She kind of brings the pillow and blanket with her, and she's like, I think I'm done with sleeping.
At least for now. I know, it's a
It's
bit
for
noisy
now.
at the moment.
Yeah. It's okay. I got a nap. Did you get a nap?
Not yet. I've been speaking with Jim.
Oh, is is he okay?
I believe so.
Oh, good.
Though I may have accidentally prodded a few questions that have made him nervous.
Oh, what what did you say? What happened?
Hmm. Well, your friend wasn't exactly aware that he was a toon.
I mean, sometimes it's not always obvious.
Hmm.
Sometimes
Well, I
you
guess
just.
that's true depending on your style, but he's a UPA and that's quite a unique style.
Hmm. Maybe nobody told them. Because sometimes you just don't know what you are.
Hmm. You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I mean, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't really know what I am either.
Well, you're a toon, just like me.
Uh, Well,
I can tell you that much.
she like kind of tilts her head curiously at that. And is like, but yeah, like me, because you turn into a bat and I turn into a bird.
Well, that I think that's more a banana thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, see, and Cassius kind of like holds out his arm,
Mhm.
which he's a different style from Banana.
Mhm.
He's computer animated. He's a CGI toon.
Mhm. Mhm.
Basically, what he does is he kind of bends his arm with his other arm in a very gross, impossible way,
Oh.
and then it splings back.
Mhm.
I am a rubber hose too, which means I can do this. And he just kind of twirls his arm around a little
Mhm.
bit until it like coils like a spring before it
Mhm.
snaps back.
Mhm. Mhm. Banana like watches that, looks at him, looks at her own arm, and she tries to do the same, but it's clearly
Hold on, hold
what?
on.
What? Huh?
It depends on what kind of tune you are.
Oh.
My suspicion is that you're either a Frankenolly or a Warren,
Oh.
but it would depend on which one you are.
Just like looks at her hands, looks at him, like, how how do I figure that out?
Hmm. Well, each different kind of tune has an innate magic within them that doesn't come from study or from other such magical
Oh.
origins. It's more what is originally with themselves from the very moment they are created.
You
For a
notice?
rubber hose tune, it comes as the spell Silent Image.
Hmm.
So, is there perhaps a spell that you can cast that you've always been able to cast?
She kind of like starts looking a little nervous at that and fiddling her hands together. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always been a bird.
Hmm. He just kind of thinks on that.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps this isn't the best example after all. Hmm.
Mm. She looks a little sad at that because she was hoping. She was hopeful.
Well, come here. And Cassius pats the bed next to him.
She comes over and climbs up because small and sits next to him.
He, here, hand me your arm. I promise I will be gentle.
Okay. She holds out her arm.
He basically just feels along her arm,
Mm-hmm.
uh, basically determining if she's like, if, hmm, how to best word this?
Mm-hmm.
Basically feeling the difference between her color and her outline,
Mm-hmm.
trying to see if he can piece it together that way
Okay.
by just detailed observation of what she's made of.
Okay. Then yeah, give me an investigation roll.
Yeah!
Yeah, I remember your modifier for this.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
19 plus 7 equals 26.
26. Damn. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it still takes you a minute because you want to be sure because she is 3D and she is very realistic. You almost mistake her for a Frankenelli at first and you think she might have some Frankenelli in her, but she does
Mm-hmm.
seem to be worn because
Hmm.
you don't seem to notice like it's kind of like I think we discussed one time it's almost like Puss in Boots. Like
Mm-hmm.
the characters they have like there's no distinguishable outline or anything like that because she's 3D. And
Mm.
with how realistic she is, she almost seems to be again Frankenelli, which I believe is the more realistic one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she
Well,
does.
it the difference between Warren and uh Frank and Ollie is kind of hard to tell sometimes because
Yeah,
they have very similar styles in a lot of cases.
yeah. Which Cassius definitely sees here. Like he's even with a 26, there might be a moment where he's not 100% positive, but then like
Mm-hmm.
he just takes an extra minute. And it's like okay, if I eliminate this and then there's this, she might have maybe something in Ghibli and Frankenolly, but she's definitely like you're definitely 100% positive after a moment that she is worn.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, once he comes to a conclusion, he nods, sets Banana's arm down, and kind of pokes the tip of her nose with a finger.
She just gives a little squeak and rubs her nose.
You are Warren. Warren Toon.
Ah, I don't feel
And then he
tired.
just he just goes into an explanation of like the kind of style she is and
Okay.
some other examples of similar tunes like from
Okay.
history
Mhm.
that have
Mhm.
styles similar to that.
Uh-huh. She's basically sitting there with like little sparkly eyes and whatnot.
Mhm,
Like this is all stuff she didn't know and she is just fascinated.
mhm.
She's like she gets to know things. She's having somebody explain things to her and she's just like, "Oh." Like you current
Congratulations, you've gotten Cassius to info dump. I don't think Cassius has ever info dumped with anyone else so far.
Aww. Aww.
Except maybe Simon on occasion when he's lost in thought, but
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, like she just listens to him go. Like at most, like she'll like nod and give the listening prompts and whatnot, and she'll like probably like ask a question here or there, like if she's not sure about something. But like
Mhm, mhm,
despite being a kid, like they're all very like for like I don't want to say like intelligent questions, but like ones you might not think of a kid would ask,
mhm, mhm,
like
mhm,
just basically like she's absolutely paying attention and she wants to know and like he's readily giving her information and she's just basically eating this up.
mhm, mhm. I mean, any questions Banana has, he's going to answer to the best of his ability. If
Yeah.
there's one he doesn't know, he'll just be like, "That's one we can look up later. There's a
Hmm.
library."
Hmm. She'll nod at this and she'll be like and she'll like probably brief segue into the library she's been into before and how she may or may not mention how she and her best friend stole a beanbag chair once.
Somehow I'm not surprised by that.
It was really comfy. We couldn't. Well, I mean, we probably could have helped it, but
You have very, very sticky fingers.
she just like gives the most proudest smile at that and just like holds up her hand and even like gives a small finger wiggle. She's like, "Yeah, it's good for food."
Hmm,
I always make sure not to take too much though, cause like it's just what I need, because then other people don't have food.
hmm. These questions are concerning.
There's so much food at camp though. Did you know there's places with that much food? And they just give it to you for free. I haven't had to steal any food in a while.
Well, technically it comes with the cost of the camp, which we are taking care of for you, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
And
okay.
he just kind
I was
of
about to
pats
ask.
the top of her head.
She smiles at that, like any concern that was about to be there is just immediately gone, and she just smiles again. Like, I
Hmm.
didn't know there were places. There's even a room just for eating?
Hmm. Yes, the dining hall.
Yeah. They just
Or
give you
the
food.
cafeteria, I suppose is what
Yeah,
they
that's
call
the
it
one.
here.
Yeah. The cafeteria. I think my friend told me, like, there's one of those at the school thing.
Have you never been to school?
No, I've seen it.
You know surprisingly a lot for someone who's never been to school.
She just giggles and smiles, little sparkles around her face. I do my best.
Well, do you want to know what a school is?
Yes.
A school is a building made for the purposes of teaching younger folk important things to know,
Ah. I wonder why my friend has
such
to.
as math, reading, how to speak other languages sometimes. There's
Oh.
also classes which teach you how to sew, some that teach you how to cook, at least there should be, in at least more recent schooling I've seen.
Oh. Huh. I guess I already know some of that stuff, so I don't really need to go.
Hmm?
I do. I know math. I know I can read. I know my words. And I know stuff
How
like
much
that.
math do you know?
Ah, let's see. What would I roll to see how much math Banana knows? Just an intelligence or
You perhaps know what 400 divided by 12 is.
wait, that's really big number. Hang on, I could
Exactly.
do this. Wait, I want to roll just for fun. Do I do it like an intelligence roll or
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Oh no.
It's a 16.
16. Pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like she'd know with a 16.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what was it? 400 divided by 12?
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, that's a big number. It doesn't go evenly." And she like holds up her hands and she like looks at her fingers in a minute. It's like that's like 30. That's like 33, but then that's not enough.
Okay, well, at least you know division. How that would work is it would be 33 point whatever per whatever is left of the remaining number after the decimal point.
Ah, I see.
Which decimal points are basically a string of numbers that come after the whole number. And he just goes
Uh
into
huh.
explaining.
And she just starts nodding again. She starts nodding again, and at the end of the explanation, she just like blinks. It's like, why would I need to go to school? I know this stuff, and then you tell me this stuff, and you're really smart, and other people I know are smart. Yeah, I don't need. Yeah,
Well,
fine.
you know the basics. There
Yeah.
are different schools and such that teach you much harder stuff over time.
Oh, why would I need to know that?
Well, I suppose at that point it's only if you want to, but it's also important to have a variety of skills. That way you know what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
For example, have you ever wanted to know how leaves work?
Leaves?
Or plants?
Oh,
Do you know what photosynthesis is?
bless you.
Yeah. And he, again, goes
Mm-hmm.
into an explanation. Banana's basically getting school right now.
Yeah, she is.
Like,
She's.
Cassius, like, full on casts silent image to help him with his
Mm-hmm.
explanation. Like, uh, uh, makes a little leaf
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and explains basically just photosynthesis and the basics of it, how sunlight feeds plants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just.
And that's how plants use the sunlight to grow. Of course, there are some exceptions, like plants that don't need as much sunlight,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
etc., etc. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like she's listening and paying attention. It's like, so what happens in the fall then? Do they just all die?
Mm, well, some trees will go dormant.
Oh.
For trees specifically, they will lose their leaves and they will preserve their energy until spring comes around when it is warm enough to grow again.
They take a nap.
Exactly.
Oh.
Of course, there are exceptions like evergreens,
Oh.
which are the ones that say green all year round, hence evergreen.
That does make sense. That's a smart name.
I find it's rather simple, actually.
Ah, I like the evergreen ones because then you always got shelter. Although I tried to move with the seasons anyway, so I never saw the snow until last year. 'Cause I
Hmm.
usually moved away from the snow because it got too cold.
So you migrated.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think Cassius gets lost in thought again.
Mhm. But then probably.
Boy, this child is concerning.
Yep.
He's not showing it on his face that this child is concerning, because that might make him more scared, but
Mhm. Mhm.
boy, this child is concerning.
Yep. Mhm. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah. Cassie's is quiet. She probably like, thinks about it for a moment. It's just like, but yeah, and then I got shown a greenhouse, and it's warm in a greenhouse, and so then I got to have somewhere warm to sleep at night, and then I got to see snow. It's really cold, but it's really fun. Have you seen snow?
Do you have a home, Banana?
What's a home?
Oh, Cassius is just resisting the urge to prayer hands. A home is essentially a shelter that isn't a tree
Oh.
and it isn't underground.
Oh.
It is a building which you go in
Hmm.
and you can stay.
Yeah, the
It's
greenhouse.
fun. Well, no, it's
Oh.
hmm,
Oh.
it's similar to this room, and Cassius just kind of gestures around at the room around them.
Mm-hmm.
It has a bed, it has a kitchen, it has a restroom.
Oh, it's like an apartment?
It's essentially yes, though technically speaking, this is a motel room. A
Oh.
home would be equipped with all of these things that these room has, but also with a few additional spaces for recreational activities like sewing or cooking or
Oh. No, I have a tree and a greenhouse. And then under the bed sometimes.
but is it in one spot?
Mm, no, cause it gets cold, so I migrate. I just go and then I find different trees.
Well,
Except,
if you have the right kind of home, it stays warm all year round.
oh, I think my friend has one of those. I think more
Hmm.
than one of my friends has one of those. Oh, that's neat.
It's pretty common for most folks.
Really?
What, did you think I sleep out in a tree every night?
Well, I mean, at camp we have the little like camp beds and things, and I figured you either slept in one of those or like the nap spots I showed you.
Well, I do sleep there. But at camp they also provide lodging for the camp counselors, which is like a temporary home to sleep in.
Oh, so then
And some would argue that home is where the heart is, whatever that means.
Banana looks at you, looks down at her chest, looks at your chest, gives you a slightly concerned look. It's
It's a phrase. It's not the actual physical heart. It's more
oh, because I thought maybe that would
home
help
is
with that.
where you feel comfortable with other people.
Oh, oh, that means my best friend's my home.
See, there you go.
I don't think I can live there though, because I mean she's a tomb, but I can't live there.
Hmm. Well, you could always ask.
Hmm, I didn't know. She apparently has a lot of people living at her home, so I don't know if there's space.
Hmm.
I could always sleep under her bed, maybe. I could ask.
I hesitate to ask this because I don't know your history,
Hmm.
but do you have parents?
No, I haven't been adopted.
Hmm. So no mom, no dad.
Hang on.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But Cassius would ask.
No, that's very valid. Trust me. The dice come back here. Oh, okay. Hmm. Well. Huh.
Ooh, that's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense. Cassius hit her with both of them at once.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, with your passive perception, like parents, no response, seeming like maybe confusion, and then you just say mom or dad, and like that little hint that you saw was possibly Ghibli, and like you see her like hair bristle up, and like she like this look of fear just starts filling her face, and she just starts shaking, and she's just I have to go
Oh,
now.
oh,
And she just like
no, no, no.
jumps off
It's
the
okay.
bed and
It's
just
okay.
like starts running.
No, no, no. It's okay. Banana, banana, banana. And like,
Mm-hmm.
where does she run to? Does she like go under the bed or is she like heading for the door?
Yeah, she's basically going for the door.
Wait, no, banana. Hang on.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I just gotta go. I gotta go. It's okay.
No, 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 no. They aren't here. I promise you that. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Look at me,
Okay.
look at me.
Okay. 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 I.
I want you to take a deep breath in. And he just does an example, just
Mhm.
hold it there for a bit and then let it out. One long breath. And just keep doing that until you calm down, okay? I want you to wiggle your fingers.
Okay. Like this.
I want
Okay.
you to tap each of them to your thumb.
Okay. One.
And he keeps going through this,
Mhm.
basically just running through different calming down exercises.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll
hmm
say especially with that help, it does. She's still taking, but it she does start coming down from it, and she's like still glancing around nervously, but she at least doesn't seem keen to dart out of the motel anymore.
hmm Okay. Are you all right?
I think so. Are you sure they're not here?
They aren't here.
Oh,
I
okay.
promise that.
Okay. And she even like looks up as if expecting something to appear from somewhere,
hmm
and it's like, okay, okay, they're not here, not here. Okay, okay, okay.
Man,
Mhm.
Cassius understands this child more than she knows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Even then she knows herself.
hmm
Mhm.
See, that's why I wanted to be careful with asking that. I wasn't sure if. Sorry.
It, it's okay. Do Do you know about the monsters too?
In a way, I suppose I do. But I don't think they're the same monsters you're thinking of.
Oh, there's more of them. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
They wouldn't be monsters for you.
They wouldn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That's more of my burden to bear.
She looks a little confused at that. It's like, but I, oh, I don't think I understand.
It's something that's very difficult to understand, believe me.
Mm.
Yeah. And Cassius just kind of snaps his fingers and Luna pops into existence.
Oh. Immediate, just like shaking hands, pets, Kibby. And
hmm
kind of like before on
hmm
the boat, you again, she starts
hmm
calming down a bit more and.
hmm Yeah, Luna, which is Cassius's little black kitty with the bobtail,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just curls right up on Banana's lap and does
Mm.
rubs against Banana's side,
Oh. Yeah.
like nuzzles and such.
Mm. Yeah, she probably smiles at that and like pets and nuzzles back and starts calming down. I don't I don't even remember properly. They're just these big shadowy things that I don't remember. And I don't even know when
Hmm,
they were.
that sounds frightening.
It is. They're just so big. One's like big like a spire and the other's like a mountain. They're just big and shadowy. I don't know I don't know what they look like. I don't know like their faces. One time a friend of mine like we thought like maybe they were like part of like some deity thing. And like we tried to look it up but we couldn't find them in any books.
I don't think it's quite that.
Oh. What do
From
you,
the sound of it, it might be memories that you're repressing, perhaps for good reason.
oh. I'm actually going to do a history roll. That's a 19.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
Yeah, so basically you see.
Banana, sweetie, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Well, basically you say this and you see her eyes change from brown to amber, which look very
Hmm.
similar to yours. And she
Hmm.
just sits there looking thoughtful, like she's trying to think.
Mhm.
And eventually she like blinks a little bit and the color recedes and they go back to being brown.
All right, you look a little bit lost in thought there.
Hmm? Oh, I thought I remembered something, but it's already gone. Like somebody somebody was there and then I thought they were calling out to me, but well, they weren't calling my name, so maybe it wasn't me.
And what name were they calling? Do you remember?
That's the funny thing. I don't remember. I just knew it wasn't my name. It was weird. It's like, you know when you have a dream and you think you know something and then you wake up and you're like, that's not right.
Occasionally, I suppose.
Yeah, like they weren't calling banana, they were calling something else. It was weird.
Hmm. Cassius is just kind of sifting through his thoughts for a little bit.
Mhm.
Is there any role I could make?
Um considering Cassius's background and what his sister was able to make, you could either make a history or probably potentially an arcana check.
I'll do history, actually. It's
Okay.
better than his arcana.
Alrighty.
But that's not great.
Mm.
I don't think it would be enough to get all the details, but a 15
15's good.
isn't too
Yeah.
shabby.
No, yeah. It's I'd say a 15 and as a Blackmont, you're probably able to
Mhm.
like strike off a lot of stuff. And I'd even be willing to say that you would probably think this has potentially something that's Fey related.
Mm. Mhm.
Because, I mean, normally I might say no, but Cassius is a Blackmont. If Camilla was able to piece certain things together, it seems fair that Cassius, who studied as his sister did, would be able to potentially piece things together similarly.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, with memories seeming to be a bit and changing eye color like that and seeming to be unaware of things, you
Mhm.
think maybe Faye. You're not 100% sure, of course. Could be something else because basically, I'm imagining Cassius has like this checklist in his mind of like, okay, this could be a lot of things. We're not even sure if the memory thing is related. It could just be suppressed for good reasons, which she seems to have.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. It's a possibility. He doesn't know for sure, but for
Mm hmm.
now he's just filing that away to that's a problem for later.
Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Yeah.
Oh, regardless, I'm sorry for bringing up bad memories.
Mm, that's okay. You didn't know. Thank you for stopping me for running somewhere. It's just I don't
Mhm.
even know what happens. It's like I get so scared and my legs just start going.
It's a fight or flight response.
Oh, I'm probably lucky I didn't fly into the window then.
Yeah. Do you want me to teach you a few of those tricks for calming down and so that you can have that for next time?
Yes, please. I think I'd like that.
The Cassius will just very patiently,
Mhm.
surprisingly,
Mhm. Mhm.
surprisingly patiently
Mhm. Mhm.
teach her like different methods on like how to calm down, like breathing exercises,
Mhm.
doing exercises of like noticing one specific color in a room,
Mhm.
etc., etc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. And
Mhm.
all this going on, I think I'll make another roll for Jim, see how he's doing with the whole tinkering stuff.
Yeah, Jim's been there for a while.
Yeah, well, you didn't tell him to take a break, so he's gonna be there for a hot minute. You gave him a job. You told him to do it. He's doing it. Oh, dang, alright. What was your modifier again? Where did it go? Oh, yeah, you had the.
24.
Yeah, he got an
Nice.
18. Yeah, yeah, so he's making good headway, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is still working away, though. He's not taking any breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably eventually Bananas, like, after they're done with the thing, is just like, are you hungry? I got some food in my hammer space if you want some.
Uh, no, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. Come back here. One more time without going to the floor. It's a 7.
7.
It's 7.
7 what?
Oh, that was just a hammer space.
That's fair.
Yeah. So like she just like reaches into her hammer space and like, oh, what would she take out? Probably like a little Ziploc bag of cookies or something and starts eating them.
Aw. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute.
Mm.
Yeah. I Cassius is full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something. It's really filling when you drain someone dry
Yeah.
of their blood.
Mhm. Yeah, red data to boot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm. God, actually, I gotta make a perception check real quick to see if Banana would notice the fact that his hair is all red.
mhm.
Although her passive perception is a 16, if you think that's high enough.
Yeah, that's probably high enough.
Yeah. And she's probably
I mean,
like,
it's literally right there, right in front and center in
yeah.
his design.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about it and everything. She's just like, probably gets through like a cookie, then pauses like halfway through another one and just like looks up and is like, oh, you got more red in your hair.
I did. And
Yeah.
he just kind of like absently reaches a hand up and feels at the long side of his hair.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like all the way from like the roots all the way to the tips instead of being some yellow and stuff. It's all it's all the same red.
Ah. Hmm.
Is does that does that not supposed to happen or?
Well, I'm not sure, honestly. Though typically my hair usually stays red at the tips, maybe halfway down.
Hmm. Yeah, before I had some yellow in it and stuff.
No, that's because Simon was in my head.
Oh, is it all red because Simon's not here now or?
Mm, well, typically the red is usually just at the tips, but
Oh, yeah, it's all the way at the top too.
mm,
Did do you want to pet the cat?
maybe for a bit. And Cassius just absolutely reaches out a hand, and Luna like lifts up her head, and ear flicks, and she just very dutifully hops off Banana's lap and walks beside Cassius for
Mhm.
pets.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Banana just probably just eats some random stuff from her inventory, like some cookies, maybe like a packet of chips or something. Clearly stuff that's
Mm.
like come from the canteen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Taking quite your fair share from the cafeteria, hmm?
Like they just keep giving it away for free. It's like, are you hungry? And it's like, I'm hungry. And they're like, have food. I'm like, oh. And I never know, like, are they gonna run out? So it's just like, because I mean, like sometimes you just don't have food, and then now I always have food for later.
Well, the cafeteria has plenty, and that will get more. So feel free to take as much as you need,
Yes.
especially for later.
Yeah.
Cassius says very pointedly.
Yeah. She's like just like nodding at that. Yeah, because apparently camp isn't always there, and then it goes away, and then I have to go look for food again. That's okay. I know where to find food.
Do you have a. You mentioned you had a friend you could stay with. Do you think you could stay with them after camp until
Uh,
you get more steady food?
um, I don't know. I'd have to ask, but maybe.
It
Hey,
doesn't
there.
hurt to ask.
That's true. She already told me like a lot of places like I can find food. Like, did you know bakeries like throw out food on certain days and like you could just take it.
Oh my gosh. Banana sweetheart.
What? It's useful information from her best friend Tally.
Cassius is just sitting here quietly horrified. This is a boy who comes from a noble background who never had to think about this. But boy is the reality smacking him upside the head.
Yo, this is a child who's confused by the fact of regular food.
Honey. Honey.
That's okay.
Cries and wails.
That's okay. Wait. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry to Cassius because this is about to get worse.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's okay though. It's like, cause you see, you can always like when I'm not staying like in like people places and stuff. It's like there's always like stuff you can find like it's like there's like fish, and it's like berries or fruits. If you can't find that, there's bugs.
Bugs.
Yeah, like crickets.
You eat bugs.
Yeah.
I know they're a delicacy in some places, but bugs?
Well,
Just like you go digging in the backyard and you find the bugs.
well, sometimes I don't even have to dig for them. It's like crickets aren't in the dirt. I'm a bird. Sometimes.
Oh, we've been over this. You're a toon.
Oh.
Though maybe it's in your design that you are also a bird.
Oh. But
A
yeah,
toon that could turn into a bird, perhaps?
maybe. How do you know I'm not a bird that can turn into a tune?
Well, that I don't know. But I assume it would be a toon who turns into a bird, because well, it's not like you're pecking at the ground with your nose at the moment.
I mean, I can.
I feel like if you were a bird who turns into a toon, you would act a lot more like a bird.
She looks a little embarrassed.
I mean more than you normally do.
I guess.
Like
Yeah.
10 times more.
Well,
Like you are only bird and no girl.
I mean, it was a little awkward when I first. Well, see, I don't really remember before being a bird. Like I was a bird, and then I became a girl, and I still don't know how I did that.
Mm.
And then I can go between.
You had a very awkward creation.
I did.
Cassius just murmurs awkwardly.
I came in by myself, and that was it.
Oh, honey.
But there were bugs, and there was fruit. But yeah, sometimes bugs.
Oh, honey. Okay, yeah, no, Cassius is just straight up doing the prayer hands now. Jim, are you almost done?
Fear not, I am making good headway. Would you like to come and see?
Yes, I would love to. Just Cassius doesn't know how to continue this conversation. It is all sorts of weird and uncomfortable.
That's valid.
Doesn't know how to begin to explain to this child that half of the things that she thinks is the norm shouldn't be.
Yep, very fair. So yeah, you.
Goes to the bathroom door, opens it, peeks inside.
Yeah, it's probably a mess. It's an organized chaos, but it probably looks like some kind of workshop exploded in the bathroom. But it's mostly because it's just a small pecking motel bathroom, and Jim's just trying to do the best with the work with what he's got. Like, he's probably
Mhm.
sitting on the toilet with the lid closed, obviously. But like, he's just
Mhm.
like sitting in the only seat there, and just like everything everywhere, and it's got the soldering iron set up and whatnot, and is just trying to basically like wire the board and everything.
Mhm. Mhm.
Most of the hat's like kind of gone, but it's just like the important components are still there, and just like
Mhm.
adding to it. It's like, don't worry, I opened the bathroom window to ventilate any noxious fumes that might come from this. And I have also turned the fan on. Hopefully this helps.
I, you know what? Good. Just keep doing what you're doing and doing great.
Uh,
Just awkward thumbs up.
mm-hmm. Here's what I
Remember to
have.
take a break.
Oh, uh, I get one of those here?
Yes, yes, you do.
Oh, what am I permitted to do on my break?
Anything you want. Lunch, relaxing, nap.
Very well. I shall consume food as I have not eaten since. I actually can't remember last time I ate. Where might I acquire some food?
Gosh. Banana.
I'm coming! And I'm gonna make another hammer space roll. That's an 8! And she just like probably takes out like one of the lunch tray things, and it's just like got the sandwich and the juice box and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot.
I think Cassius is just like, why don't you enjoy your little midnight snack with Jim? I'm sure he would enjoy the company on his break.
Okay, you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay,
Besides, I need to speak with Simon for a moment.
okay. And Banana sits there, yeah, just sits.
Don't worry, Lewis, it's not going to be long.
You can unmute if you want, though, of course. Or I will just read off whatever you put for Simon.
E. Essentially, what Cassius is doing is he makes sure that Banana and Jim are having good time and conversation
Mm-hmm.
before he goes over to the computer and just taps the screen like a window.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's probably a little awkward, which is a little weird because they said they met 3 years ago. But with your perception, well, actually, do you want to do an insight check real quick?
Sure. Oh, that's an 18 on the
Oh,
dice!
nice.
Baby!
That's good.
Baby! Oh yeah, baby!
Yeah.
Let me add what's your insight modifier? Oh, it's just a 0, so it's just 18.
That's pretty good then. That's pretty good then. With an 18,
Oh
it's
yeah, baby!
you notice it's a little awkward, and despite Jim saying they maybe knew each other, like met 2, 3 years ago, you don't know how much contact they've had in that time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is very much the impression of two people who don't know each other that well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, no time like the present.
That's very true, very true. But yes.
Cassius will suggest the idea of being pen pals. Wherever Jim ends up after this, Cassius will make sure he does not end up going back to the company.
That's right, because right now he has nowhere else to go. But yes,
Hey, maybe John's gonna get us
maybe, we don't know. It's very true.
sudden surprise assistant.
Yes, sudden surprise assistant. It's very possible, yeah. But yeah, Lewis, if you'd like to introduce yourself as a surprise guest appearance for this FPS.
It's me, local virus of the Tin Cancer, also known as Lewis. I play Simon. Is vibing. Also, by the way, I'm backup recording, but it's not picking up my mic, so it's fucked up. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, well, thankfully mine's still working, so
That's you.
I'll be so fine, go and chill.
Yeah.
I am alive.
Yay.
For now.
For now.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. But yes, Cassius basically walk up to the computer, taps the screen, waits.
I feel like on the screen you have messenger window appearing with the message, "Yeah, what's up?"
Come onto the screen. I need to talk to you for a moment.
Oh gods. It also appears. And then you have a little pixelated Simon.
Oh my gosh! Little 8-bit. Then I'm
Yo,
gonna
what the
roll,
fuck is up?
gonna roll hammer space. That's a 1.
Oh no! Time to fumble.
Give me a minute.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cassius, where's your hammer space?
Of course
All
it's when you speak
right.
Simon.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is an 11 on the dice. Cassius reaches behind himself and he's basically going, so I was wondering if you would be interested in some of the different, that's not the hat. He pulls out a bottle of SPF 2000 sunscreen. Hold on.
I don't need
Roll
that.
again. That's a 2. Hang on. 8.
Oh,
This, funnily enough, is a hat.
oh,
It's
dang.
a fancy
No.
top hat. It's a fancy top hat decorated with a red ribbon and black roses.
Yeah, which Cassius actually wore in the game.
That's also not it, but just
Simon is gonna start
sets it,
chuckling there, you know?
sets it on the bed. A 2 again. Hang on, this might take a while.
Oh god, we got serious for too long. Now we're fumbling.
7. A copy of the book Sunset. Cassius pulls out of his inventory. He's like, I threw this away. One moment. He takes the time to go over to the window of the motel.
Simon is no whizzing.
Mm-hmm. Basically, Simon, you get to watch as Cassius goes over to the window of the motel, opens it, chucks it into the street, closes the window, walks back.
Anyways,
finally, an 8.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Finally. Basically, Cassius pulls out a little trunk. He opens the trunk. It's full of clothes.
Oh god.
Simon, this is more clothes you've seen in one place, probably ever.
What the fuck is all
in
this?
one trunk.
Why
That's
do
not
you
it.
have so
That's
many?
not it.
I've never seen you in any other different outfit than this one.
Because these ones are for parties. No, that's not it. Puts down a coat.
Parties.
Pulls out a pair of pants, another pair of pants, a skirt, a pair of boots that are like thigh high.
I didn't take you for the feminine type.
I experiment every once in a while.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here we go. Of course, it's at the bottom, and like Simon can see him disappearing halfway into the trunk, like it's just his butt and his legs.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, he's a tune. I'm leaning into it.
Good. Cassius is absolutely leading to it, quite literally.
Mm-hmm. Cassius finally resurfaces and has a selection of hats. Dozens of them. Which he pulls out one by one.
What the fuck is all of this for?
Which one do you like? Do you like
What?
this one? He holds up like a newsboy hat. This one. This one's like another top hat, but it's a bright yellow.
Oh,
I see Simon make a cringe face.
No, yeah, I figured. This
I feel
one.
like you have way too many outfits. When are you even gonna wear those things?
It's my disguise kit.
A bright yellow top hat?
Well, sometimes for a disguise, you want something that will direct the attention away from the rest of you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna attract everyone's attention on you.
Exactly, so they don't notice me. They notice the hat.
I guess. Can't argue with that.
But yeah, basically Cassius is just running through a list of like a dozen different hats until Simon eventually finds one he likes, which will be whatever hat you choose, Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
God, he is. I hope you know. Unfortunately, Simon is like that, and he is going to absolutely shit on like off of these ads because they're absolutely horrendous.
I'll have you know I got this one for my birthday a few years ago, so I'm insulted.
That does not change my opinion. I think he's looking at all of them, and he's gonna settle his gaze and point towards simple fedora.
Oh, of course you'd pick the fedora.
Of course, I'd pick the fedora. It's the best one out of all of these. I'm not wearing a top hat, Cassius.
Oh, I'll get you to wear a top hat.
No, you
One
won't.
day. One
No,
day.
you won't. No, you
Yes, I
won't.
will. Yes, I
No, you
will.
won't. Seriously, fucking try. Why are you even suggesting a hat to me?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
He
it
just
now.
he's just casually putting the rest of the stuff back into the trunk except for the fedora.
Simon's squinting at you.
Were you perhaps listening in on the conversations I was having with, and he just vaguely gestures at the bathroom where Jim and Banana are.
I think he takes a second, but he shakes his head.
Insight.
Nah. You can do insight if you want, but he is gonna say no.
17!
Unfortunately for you, Simon is gonna say no. I've been chatting with Suit all this time until you knocked.
That is fair. I've had a number of concerning realizations for both of our party members,
Uh-oh.
though the details might need to wait until later. I'm feeling a bit exhausted.
Yeah, no shit.
We can worry about it later.
Y'all gotta go rest.
Hmm.
What the fuck are they two doing in the bathroom?
Banana's having a midnight snack, and Jim hasn't eaten since who knows how long, so... Yeah, no. You know the company that we just got him out of? It's bad. It's bad.
I think we should have burned the place to the ground.
I think so as well at this point, but it's too late now. I don't think we can go back there without triggering some sort of alarm or getting some sort of authority.
This is fucked up.
It is. It is.
Can agree on that.
Just like a silent nod.
It's just
Anyway, yes, I'll tell you more details later.
Yep. I'll see you, man. I'm gonna make sure that Suit is comfortable and all of that, and yeah.
All right. Take care. And he just basically just waves, then gets up, goes back to the bathroom with the fedora in tow.
And Simon pops back inside of the computer completely to go talk to Suit again.
Yay! Later, FPS. We love you, Lewis. Hugs.
Thank you, Lewis. But yeah, basically, Cassius is gonna wait until Jim gets like an hour break.
Okay, you're probably gonna have to insist on that because he's gonna be a little surprised that he's getting that long of a break because he thinks like I've eaten and now I get back to work and it's like no, you're still taking a break and he's like, what?
Yeah, basically. Don't you have any hobbies? Don't you play cards? Do you like do anything for fun besides working?
My objective is to work. Uh,
Congratulations, your new bonus objective is to have fun.
how do I
Banana,
achieve
show
it?
him the ropes.
What? I don't. Come on, let's go. What? I don't. Oh, okay. We're going somewhere now. Very well. Okay. We've changed rooms now. This just like leads him into the living room, and just like, God, just trying to think of like where she'd start, because it's like start having fun, and she's like, yes, I have learned from my friends. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta roll. Let's see.
Cassius, by the way, will be sitting on the bed, just watching them, silently pleased with himself.
Fair. So yeah, basically, it's just like kid stuff of just like running around, like picking up pillows and throwing them, and just like playing pretend and whatnot, and like just like tossing stuff between them, like basic like catch stuff and other stuff she like picked up from camp. And like
That's cute.
yeah, it's like Jim is absolutely confused. He doesn't seem to understand, but he's trying. He is not one for lack of trying, and like she seems to understand, and it's just like
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best, yeah. Banana, who's not used to play either until recently, it's just it's like tries to like encourage us, like, so which ones did you like, and like which ones do you want to do again? You know, like try to like help him figure stuff out, and just like just keeps going, and eventually like probably, and I'll roll a quick hammer space. Where'd my hammer space dice go? There we go. That's a 5. She'll like take a book out of her inventory, like maybe one she borrowed from Tally, and just like sits down and like starts reading aloud, like story time. Because I imagine like camp had like story time and whatnot, where they just like tell stories and things for the kids and whatnot. And she just like, yeah, she can read, so she like sits down and just like reads one of her storybooks.
That's cute. That's cute. Oh, that's cute.
So yeah, at the end of the hour, he does like a stretch, and it's just like, this fun stuff is a little strange, but I think I might have enjoyed that. Very fascinating. I did not know there were such options at work environments.
And healthy work environments, yes.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you, but you weren't exactly in a healthy working environment.
Well, I don't know about that. I was one of the healthy ones, so everything seemed fine. Well, except for the time I was shot, I suppose. Other than that, I was doing quite well.
Cassius is gonna pat him on the shoulder. Don't worry, you'll learn. I'll get someone to teach you about unions.
Very well. I don't think I've ever heard of that word before, but I'm all about learning. God, hilariously though, because Banana knows about unions through Maris. Starts explaining unions.
Amazing.
Yeah, congratulations.
It's a mini lesson.
Yeah. Of all the things she doesn't know about, Cassius gets to find out that this kid knows everything about unions.
Amazing. Yeah. Wonderful. 10 out of 10.
She learned a lot about it in the very first game she had too.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's just the whole discussion happening as he goes back to work, and I'll give him another roll. Still, that's decent. Not as good as last time, but still a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is not half bad.
Yeah, it's not half bad at all. Yeah, so.
Which, yeah, once he starts getting back into building, Cassius does hand him the fedora.
Okay. Jim just like, he looks at it in a minute, looks at you. This is different from the standard hats.
Experimenting with different styles, seeing if it works better.
I see. This is very different. Interesting to see the company branching out. I shall do my best to incorporate it into the work.
Oh gosh.
Thank you for the hat suit. And he just gets back to work.
Cassius' voice, I'm not questioning it. I'm just gonna use it, and then I'll have someone else help this dude later. This is not my problem.
It's very valid.
In the meantime, Cassius's secondary goal with getting Cassius to play with Jim is to tucker Banana out.
Mm-hmm.
I said Cassius.
Yep.
I meant Banana with Jim.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I figured.
But yeah, getting Banana to get a little bit tuckered out so she'd be ready to try sleeping again.
Yeah. Well, she does look tuckered out, but I mean, construction noises have started up again, so there's like the bam, bam, bam.
All right, hang on. And Cassius will nudge Banana to bed as he rolls hammer space. It's a 2. Luckily, it's not a 1.
We nearly had that all over again.
Cassius is gonna be digging around in his stuff for a little bit, and eventually he basically just pulls out handmade earmuffs, which 2 pillows, rope. The poor man's earmuffs.
She just gives him the most confused look and then holds up her own pillow. She's like, I got one.
This is for helping with the noise. Here, hold still.
Okay.
I want you to hold both of these pillows up at the side of your ears.
Okay.
And then once I have them on,
Okay.
I want you to tell me if you can hear me.
What?
Good enough.
What?
Cassius gives a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. And then she starts signing at you.
Yep. I feel like Cassius knows only like the basics of sign language, so he can communicate barely.
Yeah.
He can do finger spelling.
That's fair. Banana's doing full-on hand signs, so he probably only picks up a few words. And then she blinks and seems to realize that you could hear her, and she's the one who can't hear you. Like, there's just this pause, and she's like, oh, wait.
He basically very awkwardly finger signs, I'll do the signing. And then explains that these are
Uh-oh. Obby? Shit. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Ah, fuck.
Pats you.
My internet just fucking died and I just had to scramble madly for my hotspot.
Oh, pats you.
Oh.
Is the recording still doing okay?
Yes, thankfully. Yeah, I just hotspotted onto my laptop, so this should be up the whole, thankfully. Oh. Phew. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I live. I last year, Cassius was starting to finger spell, explaining the pillows.
Yeah, basically finger spelling one letter at a time. That the pillows are to help her not hear things so she can sleep.
Ah. Well, what about you? Have you slept at all?
I'm a bit. I sleep during the day anyway.
Oh. What time is it?
Looks out the window. I'd say like 2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
I just sleep when I'm sleepy. That's why I get nap spots.
Well, I can't exactly go out during the day, so I typically sleep then.
Oh. You're awake during the day though this time, so do you want to take a nap?
I'm not going to camp tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in.
Ah. Yeah, sleep
I
in.
I deserve a me day. And if I get fired for it, so be it.
Why would they shoot you?
No, it's an expression. It means that they make it so that I no longer work there.
Oh, that's rude. Hey, do you need a union? I know about unions.
No, this job is actually pretty nice, all things considered.
Ah, well, they shouldn't fire you then, right?
It's complicated.
Ah, hmm. Sometimes
Just
things are.
realized they're finger spelling this. He's finger spelling all of these responses.
Yeah, yeah. He's probably getting better at it.
Yeah, he's getting slowly faster the more he does it.
If you like, I could teach you more hand speaky words.
Maybe later.
Okay,
For now,
I know tunes and real kind ones. They're different.
he just nods, gives a thumbs up. All right, to bed with you.
Okay. And this time she probably does scramble up on top of the bed and then just like looks around. Hey, are you sure? I'm pretty sure there's space for you too. You could sleep. You could have a nap. So like pats the bed.
Don't. I'll go to sleep soon. I promise.
Okay. And she like turns around.
If you have a nightmare, don't hesitate to come get me or Jim.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And he snaps his fingers again, and Luna kind of hops off from the other bed where she had just been kind of licking herself.
Yeah, yep. Groom time.
And Luna just settles right up next to Banana, lies down, starts purring.
Aww. Yeah, she's probably like made a bit of a nest on top of the bed and just like very much like ruffles and curls up. It seems almost like she's used to sleeping in like some kind of huddle, but also just like very much curled up on herself kind of thing, like protect self.
Mm-hmm.
And just, yeah. I was just like, good night, Cassius. Thank you for being so nice to me. My favorite camp counselor, and Simon.
Cassius is just kind of in silence. Just like staring at Banana after she said that.
He just gives him a sleepy smile.
It's no problem. You get some sleep.
Okay. Good night, Cassius. Is it okay if I call you Cassius? I could go back to calling you Mr. the Third.
Cassius is okay.
Okay. Good night, Cassius. Hope you sleep well when you get it, cause you got to sleep.
Good night, Banana.
And she just curls up and falls asleep.
Mm-hmm. I think Cassius is just kind of like sitting on the opposite bed for a little bit. Never been anyone's favorite before. And I think after a little bit, he just kind of shakes himself out of it before getting up and making sure that the hat's all finished up.
Yeah. It probably takes maybe a couple few hours, but with those really good rolls, it probably just like, yeah, just takes him another couple of hours and he has like the finished product.
Yippee! I imagine Jim would have made it so that the router can connect to the internet and then reworked the mechanisms in the hat to use the data sharing function it does to make a physical form as opposed to injecting data into brain like it was meant to.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, it injects it into a form.
Yeah, just like kind of builds
for
it
walking
as it were.
and talking.
Yeah, builds a physical form.
Something gem. Anyway.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's
something gem from Steven Universe.
Yeah, was thinking something similar, actually. Yeah, handshake, absolute handshake. Yeah.
Handshake, 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 handshake. We made the gems.
Yeah, we did. Except it's electronic and a hat and digital.
It's gemming you, except it's a hat.
Yep, and it's a digital.
Yeah, finger guns at you, Lewis.
Yeah. But yeah, Jim finishes it off, does a few checks, make sure all the wires are grounded and everything, nothing's gonna catch on fire. Lets it sit so it has a chance to cool off and whatnot, and then eventually says it's ready for a test run.
We can properly test run it in the morning. Until then, you get some sleep. I'll get some sleep. We'll both get some sleep.
Very well.
We need
it. Where shall I retire to? I'm not exactly certain where my lodgings are in Bottomless Heights.
Cassius points to the other bed.
There's only... Where are you to rest?
I'll sleep with Banana.
Very well then. Why a fruit?
That's her name.
Oh, the suit has a... That is fantastic. The suit has a name. My goodness. Huh. Will wonders never cease. Very well then. I shall take the other bed, and you... And was the... Yes,
I also have a name. My name is Cassius.
2 suits with names. This is a monumentalist day. I shall mark this down. Later. I do think I do need some rest.
Sleep well. You've earned it.
Thank you, as have you. I do appreciate your assistance in getting me out of there. If you need anything, please know you may ask.
Don't need anything for now. We can figure out more details of where you should go from this point forward. You are not going back to the company. You will be reassigned elsewhere.
Very well then. I shall accept the reassignment.
Don't worry, it will be very beneficial for you. Consider it a promotion.
Well, it's hopefully better than my last promotion, which ended with me in that situation. Fear not, I trust you, Suit Cassius. For now, I shall sleep.
Yes, well, good night.
Good night! And he just goes and just kind of thumps on the bed. Just a flat UPA on the bed.
But yeah, once Jim has become a blanket on the bed, essentially.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's just a throw blanket.
Cassius holds up the fedora and just kind of inspects it, looks at the handiwork closely, before eventually nodding. And basically, what he's doing is, I'm gonna roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll sleight of hand. I don't know how he's gonna do. Ooh, 14 on the dice.
Nice.
Let me see. What is your sleight of hand, Cassius? It's not great. It's not a banana roll, but it's still pretty good for what he can roll.
That's good. That's good. Oh,
sleight of hand.
Nice. That is pretty good. Yeah.
Very, very smoothly, Cassius casually walks by the desk where the computer is sitting, as if he's just walking by it, and one of his hands very carefully sets the hat next to the port where Simon usually gets in and out of. Basically just leaving it there for Simon to discover as a surprise.
Aw, nice.
And then Cassius very carefully, very slowly slides into bed. Not directly next to Banana, leaving a foot of space between them, but still on the same mattress.
Yeah. Should I roll to see if she rolls towards him?
I mean, we could just say it happens. We
That's
don't need
true.
to roll for cute.
That's true. Yeah, he lies
Just say
down.
it happens.
Yeah. And it's just there's just a little roll and shift, and suddenly he has a banana curled up next to him, and Luna just shifts over as well, and yeah. Just a little cuddle pile. He is now trapped.
He just sighs. And just looks up at the computer screen, makes sure Simon isn't peeking out of it, then very carefully wraps one arm around Banana. And then he
so
just
sorry.
sighs and tries to go to sleep.
That's fair. Oh. Oh. Unless there's anything else you want to do, I think that's an adorable place to leave up on.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's good.
God. Thank you so much, Abby. This was so good. And thank
I
you.
am curious to hear Simon's reaction when that.
Well, we can have that at the end of the Simon and Suit FPS. Or do you want to do it
Oh,
now?
true.
Yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll plan for that later, Lewis. No rush.
We'll save it for then. We'll save it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Abby, and thank you to Lewis, and thank you to all our lovely listeners. Hello, thank you all. I give you all hugs.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thank you to future listeners. I will we'll catch you all next time. Bye! Hugs!
Bye bye.
Bye!